News Alert.
Are these guys scam artists?
They do a good job of convincing you to stick with them. You know, like I said, they paint a really good picture, and it's not until things start falling apart and then you start putting that puzzle back together.
Breaking tonight, more fallout over Bishop Sycamore. We're learning more about the controversial school and its football coach.
We've been digging deeper since their game on ESPN Sunday, and our report last night, USA Today says Coach Roy Johnson has been fired.
Investigator Haley Nelson's been looking into this ever since the story broke, and tonight we understand, Haley, that it's caught the governor's attention.
Bob, the governor is now responding to this game. Governor DeWine says, quote, while this weekend's football game brought concerns about the health and safety of players, it also raised red flags about the school's operations. Schools like Bishop Sycamore have an obligation under Ohio law to meet certain minimum standards. Whether Bishop Sycamore meets these standards is not clear. We've also learned more about Coach Roy Johnson. The Delaware County Sheriff's Office confirming to us that there's an active bench warrant out for him. It stems from a domestic violence case that was eventually pleaded down to criminal mischief. Johnson is also named in several big lawsuits. I also spoke to people connected to the team, including a parent, Ray Holtzclaw, who says he and his son Judah were involved with the team from January to June of this year. Because of the pandemic, they felt Judah wasn't getting enough exposure with camps shut down, so they wanted to play in a prep league while he continued studying at Westerville Central. But soon, Dad says he realized something wasn't right, like hotel rooms not being paid for and games canceled.
Now, I will say this for Bishop Sycamore and for Roy and for Andre, they do treat the kids good. I mean, other than putting them in, I don't know what they were thinking about with the Friday, Sunday games situation, why they played two games that close together, because that's dangerous. It needs to stop. I mean, this can't continue on where their kids are being shown. They talk about examples of what they want to do for these boys, teach them to be men and things like that. Well, if your integrity says, let's leave this apartment and not pay, you're setting the wrong example.
Holtzclaw's son is now enrolled in playing at Youngstown State. As for the rest of Bishop Sycamore's schedule, some opponents announcing on Twitter today they're canceling their games. I also reached out to the Attorney General's office. They tell me they don't have any complaints against the group. I did ask if they will be investigating.
Well, Haley, you mentioned one of the lawsuits that Coach Johnson is facing. We've been getting some questions about that and about the involvement of one of our football analysts in all of this. Yeah,
Bob, that's Jay Richardson, Ohio State football alum and the Football Fever analyst. Let's start from the beginning with that. Now Bishop Sycamore coach Roy Johnson was working on COF, a similar program. But that was met with many issues and complaints, and it dissolved. And since, a lawsuit has been filed, which names not just Johnson and a Richard Allen Group LLC, but Jay Richardson as well, saying they owe a bank $100,000. I sat down with Jay today to ask him not just about this suit, but also if he has any involvement with this new venture, Bishop Sycamore.
Legal team is working to kind of get my name removed from it. I've never signed any documents. No involvement with that particularly, other than trying to help the school get resources at one point. And once I realized that that just wasn't going to be possible, I said, hey, look, I can't help out.
So why would they put you in that lawsuit if your name wasn't on any of these documents?
Well, I think because they see an opportunity to probably involve someone that they feel like can help them recoup some of those funds. And I guess that's probably the best way I could answer that.
Do you have any involvement with Bishop Sycamore?
Zero involvement with Bishop Sycamore. However, I do wish them and all parties involved the best, because I know there's kids involved and you want to see this thing end up positively if it can.
I've been reaching out to Johnson and Peterson today for comments. Those are the team leaders. So far, they have not agreed to an interview. They had said during a Twitter interview Monday that they weren't duping anyone. They say this is about helping kids who need it. Now, parents and others have raised concerns about some of the ages of the players on this team, that they're 19 or even 20 years old. But really, many people say their biggest concern out of all of this is that there are kids involved, and we will keep tracking it. On your side for 6 Investigates, I'm Haley Nelson.